Hello, my name is Joan Senda. I am an osteopath and yoga teacher. First of all, I want to let you know that in the description, you'll find links to both in-person and online trainings in anatomical and therapeutic yoga. On January 31st, we are starting an in-person yoga anatomy training in Barcelona. Check out the website. Today, we're going to look at a sequence for mental fatigue. Let's go to the screen. Here we have the brain. We can turn it around for a moment. This is the right hemisphere of the brain, and here would be the left. The prefrontal cortex is this area here, which is very important, along with the hypothalamus, which is here, because they are the ones that solve problems. When the problem-solving brain, the prefrontal cortex, can't solve problems or is constantly on alert, one of the consequences is the buildup of toxins, such as glutamate, for example. Glutamate, it's a neurotransmitter. Here we have the neuronal synapse, and it's in this area where compounds like glutamate or GABA are actually created and secreted. When we have an excess of mental processes that are very demanding, producing a lot of glutamate, that glutamate accumulates and becomes brain toxins. Since the brain doesn't want that, when it detects that there is a lot of glutamate in the brain, that there are many neuronal synapses working at the same time, which consumes a lot of energy, the brain's tendency, especially the prefrontal cortex, which manages both cerebral hemispheres, is to switch activities to something less demanding and more pleasurable. That leads to less concentration on what we were doing. For example, in yoga, attention and focus are very important. Otherwise, the brain tends to wander elsewhere. Excessive mental or emotional work inhibits the secretion of chemical compounds such as oxytocin or dopamine, which are considered the hormones of happiness, generating an unpleasant feeling of physical and mental tiredness. What can we do through yoga? Tadasana. It is a posture that helps us focus our attention on breathing. We focus on breathing and the prefrontal cortex. Here we have the diaphragm. Focusing on breathing and concentrating on the prefrontal cortex will generate calm, activating the parasympathetic nervous system. For those who don't know, we have the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for activity, and the parasympathetic, which is responsible for calm. And when we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, we consequently secrete neurotransmitters like GABA. Earlier, we mentioned that we had glutamate. It is a neurotransmitter that inhibits the excess information produced by glutamate. We hold this pose for 1 to 3 minutes. Natarajasana. Balancing poses independently activate both hemispheres of the brain. When we work both sides, we achieve balance from the prefrontal cortex. For example, if we support ourselves on the left leg, we are working the right hemisphere of the brain, and vice versa. When we manage both hemispheres of the brain, we tend to calm the mind. Because we have that communication, the hypothalamus and the prefrontal cortex are activated. This lowers the levels of neurotransmitters, such as glutamate, which activate the sympathetic nervous system. We hold the pose for 1 to 3 minutes and then switch sides. Utthita, Tadasana, Uttanasana. With the inhalation, we extend to unlock the diaphragm, the intercostal muscles, and so on. We seek to elongate the body by applying Mula Bandha, etc. We already know this. And with the exhalation, we go down, bending forward into Uttanasana. We continue with the movement. Inhale as you rise and exhale as you go down. This dynamic movement brings blood to the brain. And in addition, we are compressing and decompressing the adrenal glands, which are glands that secrete adrenaline and help manage stress. After a while, we stay in Uttanasana. We are activating both hemispheres of the brain, and this is a semi-inverted posture, bringing blood to the brain, to the intracranial glands, especially the prefrontal area. We can also focus our gaze, the drishti, on the Ajna chakra to activate the hypothalamus. We hold the posture for 1 to 3 minutes. Vaipalita Virabhadrasana. This posture, as always, allows for extensions and opening of the diaphragm and the secondary respiratory muscles, such as the intercostals, promoting better oxygen intake and expulsion of carbon dioxide, which is almost the most important thing. This balance of blood gases improves mental capacity and conflict resolution, because the brain has oxygen, nourishment, and expels carbon dioxide, which is toxic. Let's remember that brain toxins make the brain more difficult to operate and tend to push it toward other directions, toward more comfortable mental tendencies. We hold the posture for 1 to 3 minutes and then switch sides. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Semi-inverted postures, that is, when the head is below the heart, as in this case, nourish the intracranial glands due to the effect of blood pressure, improving the functioning of the limbic system, which is the emotional brain, this whole area here, the limbic brain within the reptilian brain. We focus on the space between the eyebrows on the Asana chakra. For better prefrontal activity, we hold the posture for 1 to 3 minutes. Madhyarasana, Vitilasana. With the inhalation, we extend to open the diaphragm to take in more oxygen, and with the exhalation, we flex, compressing the respiratory area, which helps expel residual gases. And we focus on the space between the eyebrows. Dynamic movement facilitates the movement of cerebrospinal fluid, draining and expelling brain toxins. We maintain the movement for 1 to 3 minutes. Dandayamana Barmanasana. With one inhalation, we stretch out an arm. We stretch the leg backwards, like two cables pulling you from both ends. As you exhale, return to all fours, and as you inhale, switch arms and legs. Continue this movement for 1 to 3 minutes. It is a posture of strength and balance, where we activate the adrenal glands and both brain hemispheres to calm the mind. All bilateral postures that engage both sides are fantastic for the prefrontal cortex, the problem-solving area. In this way, it does not lead to mental fatigue. A variation of Ardha Chandrasana. On the inhale, we lift one arm and raise the leg. It is a posture of strength, but also of balance. Therefore, we work both brain hemispheres. Since it is a strength posture, it gets the blood moving. And that blood helps to flush out brain toxins. It is an opening to improve the diaphragm, as always, and a balancing posture to activate both brain hemispheres. We hold the posture, if possible, for 1 to 3 minutes and then switch sides. Upavista, Vitilasana, Madhyarasana. The movement of the spine moves the cerebrospinal fluid with the inhale. We bring the torso forward, we are creating a diaphragmatic opening, we are compressing the vertebrae, the adrenal glands, the kidneys, and so on. And when we exhale, we bend forward. This movement helps to expel toxins, not only from the cerebrospinal fluid in the spine, but also from the residual gases that travel in the blood. If possible, we focus on the prefrontal area, on the Ajna chakra, to activate the hypothalamus. We maintain the movement for 1 to 3 minutes. Suptadandasana. We stretch the legs out and place the hands behind us. This is an extension posture to open the diaphragm. We focus on the Ajna chakra for the prefrontal area. Postures that improve gas exchange, together with activation of the prefrontal area, help eliminate brain toxins to prevent mental fatigue. We hold the posture for 1 to 3 minutes. Matsyasana is a slightly more intense posture than the previous one. It opens the diaphragm more. We use the elbows for leverage, seek elongation, and focus on the asana, chakra. As we can see, we use the same approach, a diaphragmatic opening for oxygen and carbon dioxide, an activation of the prefrontal area to prevent mental fatigue by stimulating the problem-solving part of the brain. We hold the posture for 1 to 3 minutes. Setubandha Sarvangasana, a variation. We stretch our arms back, This is a strength posture where we tone the quadriceps. This activates the nervous system and increases blood circulation. It's a diaphragmatic opening, and it's a semi-inversion where we direct all the blood toward the brain. Ultimately, what are we doing? We're improving gas exchange and activating the hypothalamus and the prefrontal cortex. We hold the posture for 1 to 3 minutes. Balasana. It's a good way to calm the mind since we're activating the prefrontal area at the Ajna chakra. All postures where the forehead touches the floor tend to calm the mind due to the activation of the prefrontal cortex and the hypothalamus. In addition, we're extending the adrenals and kidneys, releasing fears and relieving stress. We hold the posture for 1 to 3 minutes. In Disodhana, alternate breathing that shifts from one hemisphere to the other is great for calming the mind. On one hand, we are providing oxygen, expelling carbon dioxide, and activating both brain hemispheres as well as the Asana chakra, because we focus on the prefrontal cortex. It's a good pranayama for mental calmness. For both brain hemispheres and activation of GABA, which remember is a neurotransmitter. It inhibits glutamate, which in essence is caused by an excess of glutamate, which generates brain toxins. Guru, Guru, Wahe, Guru, Guru, Ramdas Guru, 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 Wahe, Guru, Guru, Ramdas Guru, the divine teacher, the true Guru, the light of wisdom, Guru, Guru, Wahe, Guru, Guru, Ramdas Guru, the divine teacher, the true Guru, the light of wisdom. Guru, Guru, Wahe, Guru. Goro, a revered figure. Ram, a devoted follower. Das. Goro, a revered figure. Ram, a devoted follower. Das. Goro. Goro, the Guru, the revered teacher, and Ramas, the divine incarnations. Guru, Guru, my dear friend, how are you doing today? Guru, Guru, the revered spiritual teacher. Guru. Guru Gua, the esteemed teacher, my respected guide. Goro, Ramas, 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 Ge. Gua, Gua, Iso, Gua. Goro, Goro, Gua. Softly, Goro, Goro, Gua. Gently, Goro, Goro, Gua. Goro. Goro and the powerful, formidable Ram. Hey, Guru. Guru, Guru, Wahe, Guru, Guru, Wahe, Guru. Guru, Guru, the revered Guru. Gwahe, the divine Gwahe. Guru, the enlightened Guru. Ramdas, the blessed Ramdas. Guru Ramdas, the true Guru, the guiding light, the spiritual master, the one who illuminates the path. Guru Ramdas, the beloved Guru, whose wisdom shines brightly, whose teachings inspire us all. Guru Ramdas, the eternal Guru, forever in our hearts and minds. Guru Guru Gua. He is the divine Guru, the true Guru, the revered Guru. Guru Guru Ramdas Guru, the light of the Guru, the wisdom of the Guru, the eternal Guru. Guru Guru Waheguru Guru Ramdas Guru. We are exploring a series of distinct terms. First, we have Guru Gur, a unique and intriguing word. Next, Guay, another interesting designation. Following that is Guru Ras, a term that suggests multiplicity. Then, Guru Ram, a specific and individual identifier. Finally, Guru, a significant and revered title, completing our comprehensive list. Well, I hope you liked it. See you next time.